in my hands I have the coolest gadget of 2008, which is launching in March. This is the Pacemaker by Tonium. Now, it's actually a professional DJ mixer. It's not actually created to replace a DJ's decks. It's designed to complement and, you know, just to have a bit of fun in your home. Now, when we first wrote about this in May 2007, I did accuse it of being somewhat Nathan Barley. It's very similar, to, I think, to that, what was it called, the T12 speech tool I think he had. So I thought, you know, it's something that maybe, I don't know, dare I say it, wanky DJs in the East End would play around with in their spare time and call it well weapon like Nathan Barley would. Anyway, having played with this for the last couple of days now, I am absolutely in love. It costs £400, and if I had that much I'd probably spend it on this. I am so excited about this, and I must point out I have never DJ'd in my life. I've never been inclined to, don't really like electronic music apart from the odd Aphex Twin, Square Pusher, things like that. But this thing is just absolutely amazing. I'll run through some of the specs first, and then I'll show you later on my efforts at DJing, hence why I've got these around. So here goes. Basically, these two buttons here are the two channels. So we've got the left channel, which is like the left deck that DJs would use. Then this right button is the right deck, so that would be the right turntable. In the middle here we've got the crossfader, so that's actually touch sensitive, and you can see that a little white button has come on. So that would be the mixer that's designed to be placed in between the two decks with a professional DJ. We've got a couple of buttons. The most important one, I think, is on the side here. Now this is called the Alt function button. So what it does, it allows you to get a whole bunch of other different effects and controls when you use the touchpad here, which is touch sensitive, and these buttons here. Now the left buttons, left button here, left arrows, that just means that the song goes backwards. When you press this button on the side up, however, and then press the left button there, it basically starts the sort of loop-in point, so to speak. This right button, that will make the song skip forward to the next. Otherwise, if you press the Alt function button, basically the loop point will stop. Apologies if none of this makes sense to people who aren't DJs. It didn't really make sense to me, admittedly, at first, but having tinkered with this for a couple of days, it's, you know, slowly getting there. Next button, so we've got the play and pause, as you'd expect. Then this one here, which is sort of two arrows facing each other, I forget what the technical term is for that. That's basically the cue when you just press it on its own, and then when you press the Alt function up at the same time as the cue button, it basically becomes a re-loop. Now with a touchpad, when you touch in the middle and move it up, you can adjust the treble. When you touch it in the middle and move it to the right, you can adjust the mids. Middle and down is the bass, which is quite important, I think. Then the middle and slide to the left, and you can adjust the gain, which is another word for volume. Now when you press the Alt function up and then you do the same control, so slide up, you've got the echo, slide across, you've got a roll, and slide left, you've got the high-low cut. I'm not really sure what that term means, so if any fabric DJs want to let me know in the comments field below, then please do so. Now, I think that's all of the controls. As I said, it's, you know, I'm still learning with this, so I'm sure there's plenty of other effects that you can do on this, but I just haven't found them yet. Now, I'm going to attempt to show you my DJ skills. Needless to say, I don't think that I'll be getting a session at Fabric this weekend. Now, to choose a track, it's basically got a hard drive, I should say that. It's 120 gigs. So what you do, you tap it twice in the middle, and then you can, the screen will come up with a selection of tracks that you've actually got loaded onto there. Now we've only got a few, but I'm going to choose this first track, which I think is quite catchy. So to choose it, you just push your finger in the middle and slide across, and you should be able to hear it on the speakers here. Okay, so that's playing the first track on my left channel. Now obviously I want to get a second track on my right channel, which is like the right deck. So what I'm going to do is slide this Alt function up and press the right channel. Now here's where the headphones come in handy, because I'll be able to hear the second track through these phones. So let's have a listen. So I'm choosing the track. I'll go for this one. Slide it across. So now I can hear the second track in this ear, and obviously the first channel is playing on the speaker here. Now, to my untrained ears, even I must admit that it sounds awful together. The BPMs are completely they're not matching at all. So what I'll have to do is match the BPM. So, let me see. So the second channel is slightly faster than the left channel. So what I'm going to do is do the Alt function button and then slide my finger around the perimeter of the touchpad until it matches. So, okay, I think it's about right. But the thing is, they're out of sync. The beats aren't in tune with one another, so I'm going to have to beat match. Now, bear with me because I'm quite bad with this. So, I'm going to pause the one which is in my ear, the second channel. So I've just pressed that, pause, and I'm going to try and match it with the beat of the left channel. So here goes. I don't think that was quite it, so I'm going to try once more. Okay, I think that's fairly accurate now. You can also tell if they've matched one another by these two pulsating sort of lines on the sides. So if they're going in sync, then that means that they're pretty much synced up. And to me, it looks fine, and it sounds okay. So I'm going to attempt to show you the crossfader now. So this is going to be sort of like the mixer blending between the two tracks. So currently it's on the left channel, you can hear just the left track. Now I'm going to slide it across, and slowly you can hear the second song coming in. Okay, let me go back so you can hear it again. So back to the first track, and now over to the second track. Okay, so that is fairly basic. What I'm going to attempt to do now is play some loops. So these are basically, a loop is when you hear a catchy vocal in a song, and you want to basically save that and then loop it so that you can play it on later on in other mixes. So let me attempt to do something which I think I saved earlier, a bit of vocal work. So let's see. So you can hear that now, can you? It's a vocal saying Fashion Rocks, I think. So that's my little attempt at doing the loop. I'm quite proud of that. Now I'm going to try and just mix it with the right one again. So you can hear the right one getting a bit louder. Now let's adjust the bass maybe, because this is quite a bass heavy track. So adjusting the bass. Ooh, sounds a bit dirty. Okay, so that's the second channel. The bass is heavy, and let's slowly slide it over to the first track. So you can still hear a bit of bass from the second channel because it's not quite all the way to the first channel. Now let's see if we can get another loop happening. And that's the second loop that I've saved as well, another vocal saying Tokyo. So let's... Okay, I've lost that admittedly, but you get the point. It is so much fun to play with. I mean, I really, as I said, I'm not a DJ, I've never DJed in my life, never been inclined to, but if there's anything that would make me ever want to buy decks, it would be this thing.